And welcome everyone to the Mechanics Institute on this rainy Thursday evening in the Bay Area. I'm Abel Talamantes, chess director of the Mechanics Institute, and we are here for coverage of Grandmaster Nick de Firmian's Arena. This is game in 5 plus 2 for 60 minutes. And currently, we have 9 players, and more will join as it goes. And in his first round, Nick is playing Mechanics regular Adam Mercado, A Boy 415. And thank you for tuning in, those that are tuning in and hanging out with us. And special announcement, Grandmaster Nick de Firmian will be joining our TNM coverage starting next rounds, next Tuesday for rounds 3 and 4 of our February Tuesday night marathon. So that'll be exciting. He'll be a part of the team with Paul and I, and Nick already gets his first win. So nice job, Nick. Looking for game 2. I see we got National Master Mike Saylor also in there. Sebi Meister also playing. And a lot of our regulars. Frank James Marshall, a.k.a. Clarence Lehman. Young Morphe 84. Sean Lee. Everyone. And more to come. So Nick's joining the TNM broadcast starting next week. And he was actually indicating also he might be interested in playing one of the TNMs. So that could be a lot of fun to see. A 3-time U.S. champ jumping in the TNM with all the other GMs. We have 3 GMs in this Tuesday night marathon. Alex Lenderman, Jim Tarjan, and Gadir Gusayanov. Strong TNM this February one. And both Nick and Adam were waiting on their next game. Let's check in on Sebi Meister playing Clarence Lehman, Frank James Marshall here in another game in the arena. 53 minutes left. I think the next person that joins the arena might get Nick, because Nick is currently waiting for the next opponent. So player number 10 likely will get Nick de Firmian. Although you could get Adam Mercado also. And we'll have our newsletter come out this Saturday. We're going to have part 2 coverage of the Amateur Team West, because there were so many great games that were part of the Amateur West, and we couldn't fit everything into one newsletter. There was so much to cover as it was, just with what we did. So we'll sort of have part 2. Just talking about the experience of the Amateur West, and we'll have coverage of rounds 1 and 2 of the Tuesday night marathon, and new article from Paul and Nick. So check it out when it comes out. And let me put the link, because some people don't know how to get the newsletter. And you should get it, because we do this every week. And actually, I'll put the link to the previous newsletter for those of you that have not read it. And if you just scroll to the bottom of that, you will get the link to join our email list, and then that's how you can get it. What is up, Sebi? Sebi saying hey in the chat. He's also playing the Tuesday night marathon, playing the under 1800 section, although he is deceptively strong because his rating certainly does not tell the full story. And here he is trying to figure this out against Clarence Lehman. And Nick, there we go. Nick is playing National Master Mike Saylor. Tough match. 10 players now. Who was it that joined? GJ Rush was the latest addition. And then we have the final round of our Thursday night marathon coming up tonight. I haven't even looked at the pairings for that. Let me see what is going on with that. Thursday night marathon round 5 is tonight. It's one round per evening, which is different from the Tuesday night, because Tuesday night we play 2 rounds of G35 plus 2. The Thursday night marathon is 1 round of G60 plus 5. And Gadir has been running away with that marathon. There's the link to the Thursday marathon. And it looks like... Oops. Oh, yeah, I do not see it. Let me check. No. All right, well, Gadir's playing someone, but I think he may have sold first all. Oh, no. There's people half point fine. I think he's going to be paired against either Mike Walder or Jonah Bush. So that'll be interesting to see. I know Mike Walder's given him some tough games before. So if he gets Mike, he's going to have to work for it a little bit. Hey, Alexi. Yeah, it seems so. I was trying to look at the pairings. I didn't see him offhand, but it seemed like he would be playing Mike Walder for this round. So that sounds right. Although Gadir made quick work of Elliott last week. I don't know what was up with that. And another thing we'll be covering in the newsletter is Alexi Root has sent us something that we will include in the newsletter. The King of Chess is saying hello. Hello, King of Chess. Thank you for watching the broadcast and watching 3-time U.S. champion Nick Firmian. And Alexi, I was telling everyone that Nick's going to be joining the broadcast starting next Tuesday for the Tuesday night marathon. And yeah, I would remember, but it does help you sending the reminders, just because anyone that knows us knows that we benefit from the reminder. But Nick was also saying that he's thinking about playing one of the marathons. I said, well, if you're commentating, fantastic. If you don't want to commentate, play. So he said, yeah, he's thinking about playing. And we get to see Nick take it to these other GMs and IMs. So here's Nick as black. Position looking good. 10 players in the arena thus far. The last time Nick played, other than the arena, the one that stands out to me is we had the Cal Chess Rapid and Blitz Championship last year. No, it was the 2019 version. He played that tournament. I think that was... I kind of feel like there was another tournament after that, though, that he played. I want to say he played the Donaldson, not this past year online, but the one before that was live. But the one that really stands out is he played the 2019 Cal Chess Rapid and Blitz at the Mechanics Institute, because we organized both events. And he played the Rapid, and I think he did really well. All right, Sean. Fantastic. Your coach, F-Pon, would be very happy about this. May want to see that game. It was just fun watching Nick play, because you see how strong he is. He drew in the final round on the top board with the tournament winner, Persona Rayo, International Master. So, yeah, that was the last time. But the funny thing, even before that, when I was helping organize events in the South Bay, one of the tournaments that I was a part of organizing for the last few years was the People's Tournament um, in Berkeley on the campus of UC Berkeley. And I remember one time that it was the day of the event, and the field was set. It was about an hour before starting, and this guy walks up wanting to register late and asking what he needed to do. And I look up, and it was Nick Firmian and wanted to play. So we got him in, and that was before I was at the Mechanics Institute. But yeah, I remember watching Nick play when I was a kid playing in the mid '80s. So I would play the tournaments at Lyra and in the South Bay, and then he would come, and he was basically the star. So wherever he sat down, there was always like a crowd of players watching. So I remember being a kid, 1300, 1200, and going to board one and watching Grandmaster DeFermian, and now I get to work with him. So really cool story. It's kind of like an honor and a pleasure. And anyone that knows Nick, he's just really cool, real chill guy. And Mate is coming soon, so nice job by Nick there. He's about to deliver the Mate on H1. So 2 out of 2 for Nick. And Nick's waiting on a game here. We got 11 players. If we get player number 12, I think you get Nick. So if you're part of the Mechanics Club and these arenas, you can join at any time. So if you're watching the broadcast and you want a game against Nick, now is the time, because he's waiting on an opponent. And he gets the next one that joins. 2 out of 2 for Nick. If you stay ready, also has 2 points. And he's playing Sebi Meister. So hopefully Sebi giving him a tough game. Let's take a look at that game. And Christopher Bradley taking it to Sebi right here. And Christopher Bradley, tough player. Let's see. And that game is over. Good game if you stay ready. And Nick DeFermian's got Audi 7, GSW, Golden State Warriors. 42 minutes left in the arena. G5 plus 2. It's going to be weird. We have sort of a quiet weekend, which is not something we've been able to say lately. But it will not be quiet on the East Coast, as the U.S. Amateur Team East is this weekend. And they're going to be twitching that tournament too. So I might be checking some of the games, the action of that tournament. They usually get the most players of all the regional events. So curious what the turnout is for the online version. I think they're used to getting like 1,200 players or so for the live event. But the online might be a little bit different. It might be a lot more, it might be a lot less, who knows. So we'll see how that turns out. So that's this weekend, U.S. Amateur Team East. And then the following weekend, the U.S. Amateur Team North with Chess Weekend and Glenn Panner and the folks from Chicago and Merritt Thorpe. So, but the curious thing is that the Amateur East this weekend is going to be played on ICC. So I'm curious if there's going to be any teams out there that play multiple team events, and if any play on chess.com versus ICC, and what that experience is. Well, it's going to be a different experience anyway, just because of the organizer, but I'm curious about the platform and what that feels like. So we shall see. And then the last tournament of the month will be the Amateur Team South, organized by Frank Guadalupe. That'll be an amazing job. Is Lee Chess not approved for USCF play? It is approved because Charlotte Chess Center runs a lot of tournaments on Lee Chess. Um, it's more from organizer preference and what you can do. So it's not always just about the platform and how it looks. It's about what the platform enables you to do. Uh, Yeah, I mean, we haven't run. I mean, we run all our tournaments on chess.com, but the reason we do that is the platform allows us a lot of control as organizers because Judith and I can start the games ourselves because we have a event manager status on chess.com, and it gives us a lot of control to start games, to add or deduct time, uh, things like that a tournament director would need. And we basically just use tournament software to make the pairings, and then we use our manager status to start the games and run the games. So chess.com gives us a lot of flexibility with that. I think other platforms, there may be some limitations at what you can do as a tournament director or organizer. So that sometimes dictates what you do. But really, at the end of the day, um, it's really about organizer, customer service, um, and what you want to do with the platform. I know ICC is trying to build things where it makes it easier on the organizer by having a sort of a third party start the games for them, or I think they're actually even building something where it's integrated with the tournament software so that uh, oh yeah, I just noticed that. It says poor Audi. Uh, Hung mate in one. But learning experience there. I think he's a scholastic player, so he's growing. 12 players now. Nick is waiting for a game. So anyway, yeah. So Lee Chess can be used for USCF events. Um, it just depends on what the organizers want to do with it. Yeah, and I've seen other platforms like running Chess 24 and some other stuff, and it's just interesting. And Nick's playing Mike Saylor again, and here's the game. So let's follow that. But very interesting. Just really the whole dynamics of online chess platforms and organizers, and it's actually a really fascinating thing. It's a somewhat controversial thing because some organizers are a little more effective than others, and I think often the platform is given more of the blame than it should be, rather than the organizers themselves. But um, just my opinion. But it looks like we're sort of heading into where pretty soon we're going to be talking less and less about online chess platforms, and we're going to be talking more and more about what strategies do we need to do for live play again. So hopefully soon, very, very soon, in the coming months, uh, we're going to be part of that conversation. Warriors 1984. Hey, how's it going, everyone? And thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. I know it's if you're in the Bay Area, it's pouring outside, and what better thing to do when it's pouring than either playing chess or watching chess, or doing both at the same time. So thank you for hanging out. And Alexi's saying is if you're in North Texas, it is freezing. What constitutes freezing in North Texas? Because in Minnesota, they'll probably have a different barometer of that, or New York. And Nick getting both of his games against a strong player out of the way early in the arena. That's a curious move. I'm trying to see what the purpose of that was. I felt like he hung a pawn, but like he wouldn't have done that. Hey, and for people that Richard Hack, how's it going? How's it going, Richard? Hey, Audie. I think we put that together from your Warriors 1984 with your GSW and Warriors logo on the on your little icon. Oops, oops, oops. Hey, so for those of you that know a little bit more about chess.com than I do, so I notice, and some people are probably gonna laugh that I'm even like saying this. I notice that people are able to guess what the next move is when you're watching a game. How do you do that? Because I see, people getting, 2 out of 4, 3 out of 3, but like how do you guess? And like what do you type in? Oh, you can make a move on the board itself as you're watching it? Is that right? Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So like I could be watching Nick's game right now and make a move like that I predict. I'm gonna make a stupid move. I just did it, and actually you can see it. You can see it on the Twitch. All right. So now when Nick makes a move, it'll say 1 out of 1 or 0 out of 1. That's cool. I didn't know that. 'Cause I was like wondering like what do you type it in or what do you do? All right. So am I gonna win? Am I gonna get 1 out of 1 for 94 or no? Do you think it's 1 out of 1, 94? Well, there's no sense to 94, right? So why would anyone do that? But I just sort of made a mistake, right? Because it's the other player's move, right? It's Black's move, so I have to predict Black's move. All right. How about here? No, I can't. It doesn't let me do that. Oh, it's Nick's move. All right. So now I'm going to do 94. Am I doing this wrong? Before the player moves, so am I doing this wrong? Like, am I screwing this up? What am I doing here? Did I mess up the game? I feel like I messed up the game already. I feel like something's wrong. 239. Here, hold on. I have to refresh, right? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I was like messing it up. I don't see 94. And then yellow, I don't know. Yeah. Like now all of a sudden I have no sound. Alright, now the sound's back. Well, good to know, actually. I learned something new. Thank you very much. And Alexi puts the link so I can educate myself. Thank you, Alexi. You are an academic. Yeah, I had to refresh that. I was like messing it up. Well, here, let me try it again. All right. Okay, so it's White's move. I'm gonna guess that. Yeah, I might need to educate myself here because I think I'm doing something wrong, or they're moving too fast. But here we are. This is the position, and yeah, the thing is I'm doing it on the in the game, right? So for me, it's live when I'm doing these, and then you see it. But I'm gonna take a look at this, Alexi. I'm gonna figure this out so I could enhance my user experience on chess.com. You know, one of the fun things that I'm doing is I'm teaching a beginner class for mechanics members that are members of the Mechanics Institute, but not part of chess. I am logged in. I'm logged in under Mechanics Chess. So, yeah, I'll fiddle around with it. Oh, I have to enable sounds. Enable sounds. Um, but I'm actually learning a lot about chess.com because these students are asking me questions, and they're asking me questions about things on chess.com that I haven't had to think about before. Um, you know, so like the latest one that I actually haven't used, I just haven't had to use it um, because I'm in the business of chess. I don't play chess, like I don't study chess like Nick and Paul do. So I haven't had to use the chess.com resources in the same way. But I know how to set up a position on chess.com, but I want to set up a position so that you can play against the computer with that. So I had to like trying to teach myself that because I'm teaching students, and Nick Firmian gets it done. Um, Teaching them king and two rooks against a lone king and king and queen against a lone king, and I showed it to them and I said, what you should do is just set up the position and then play against the computer, so you can practice that. But then I realized I actually don't know exactly how to do that, so I had to learn that, which is a lot of fun. 28 minutes left, and the Nick's got If You Stay Ready, and currently Nick is in first place, tied for first. Him and If You Stay Ready both at 4 out of 4. So here we are, the two perfect scorers playing each other. 12 players in the arena, game in 5 plus 2, just under 28 minutes left. Thank you. Yeah, Mechanics Chess. I like that handle. If you were talking to me, good handle to have. 12 minutes. There's 27 minutes left in the arena. 27. You should see a clock in the game you play. 27 minutes, 22 seconds. So still plenty of chess left. You may even get to play Nick twice, Audie. We have and Richard Hack revealing his copy editor days, right? Right, Richard? Your editor days. I was having a coffee in downtown San Francisco with Richard Hack, and he was just telling me about his uh, past jobs, and that he was an editor. I thought that was pretty interesting, and an author. So Nick up a pawn, but I think the pawn was sacked. Almost looks like a Benko Gambit type position. Except If You Stay Ready is playing Mr. MCO himself. So it's going to be inherently tough. Interesting side note that modern chess openings got a revival, and it was like among the Amazon bestsellers for chess. So Nick's John Donaldson was kidding around with Nick, asking if the royalty checks are pouring in. Yeah, yeah. No, Nick's super cool dude, super mellow, totally chill. Uh, but he's still coming after you if he's playing you on the chessboard. So he's not a champion for nothing. If he's playing you, he's coming after you. 25 minutes left. Still got 12 players. Like I'm seeing this here, and I mentioned it on the broadcast before. Is how fast Nick can play. Like he actually plays pretty quick. I don't know why I thought that would ever be an issue, but plays super fast. Yeah, it's gonna be the three of us: Paul, Nick, and I. If is that the correct way to say it, Richard? Paul, Nick, and I. Me, Paul, and Nick. I actually don't know. I'm asking. The mechanics of English literature are not my forte. Nick's got a minute advantage on his opponent. Nick picked up a piece for a pawn. It's looking pretty good. Now he's looking to just grind it down. Subject or object? Good question. So the reference was that the three of us are going to be commenting on the Tuesday night marathon starting next week. So would I say Paul, Nick, and I? Or like me, Paul, and Nick? Or does it depend whether you use it first or last? I, yeah. Okay. No, it's good to know, right? Because I wanna do it correctly. I actually had a mechanics regular players, someone who I definitely trust on the subject, um, about the pronunciation of some names, um, giving me a little bit of advice because I may have been mispronouncing, and I appreciate that because I want to do it right. It's not like I'm going to be insulted that I didn't realize. I mean, Nick got the win. Fantastic. So he is in sole first place right now, waiting on the next game. And who's he got? We're still waiting. $22 left in the arena. I feel like the arena is like passing by like fast this time. Do not try your real name. So I take it Sean or Shane. Is that like short for something much longer? And while we wait for Nick to get an opponent, who should we check out? Let's check out this game here. This is Sebi Meister trying to go for the kill here, although it can go either way. Oof. Look at that. I'm seeing, what, can he go knight d7 here? Knight d7 and then c5. See, I would have gotten 1 out of 1 for that. And then, oh, look at that. Wow. It's threatening all kinds of things with knight c3 check there. This is tough. You know, I know this is Nick's arena, but this is an interesting game. Who's Nick playing, by the way? He's still waiting for a game, it looks like. What a battle. Highly double-edged. And Sebi Meister got it done. Fantastic. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to take on C2. Frank James Marshall and Nick Firmian. So Clarence gets to lick his wounds from that loss by playing Nick Firmian. 19 minutes left in the arena. Nick dominating thus far, 5 out of 5. And he's actually picked up 5 wins a lot faster than he normally does. Because there have been arenas where he only got to 6 or 7 games, and he's already at 5 out of 5, still 19 minutes to go. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the broadcast of 3-time U.S. champion Nick Firmian playing in the arena. And starting next Tuesday, Nick is going to join Paul Whitehead and myself in the TNM broadcast. And he also indicated that he'll likely play one of the Tuesday night marathons soon. So looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun. Players joining. Yeah. Mike is great at chess. That's why he's got that NM next to his name. Chess Appeals is in. Kevin Fong, thanks for playing. Out there in the social media world, there's a lot of chatter going on about U.S. chess ratings and FIDE ratings, and whether there should be a universal rating system versus a FIDE and a U.S. chess rating. Does anyone have strong opinions on that? I mean, I sort of think that, yeah, I mean, you know, if you play in a federation from a country, it seems natural to me that they would have their own rating system. And FIDE's got its own. Yeah, you know, the problem is we're sort of spoiled here in the Bay Area, because here we can organize FIDE events, right? We have the FIDE arbiters in the Bay Area to do it. You know, Judith and I are both FIDE arbiters. There are other FIDE arbiters in the area. Not a ton, mind you. That is true, not a ton, but we do have them here. But you could have places like Oregon where there might be only like 1 or 2. So it's a lot harder to run a FIDE event in Oregon. So, like, should they be punished and not participate in having rated events if we only had one system, if it's through FIDE, right? And I think FIDE is trying to do a better job of giving arbiters the opportunity to get that title. Yeah, yeah, and it's not easy because you have to do a course, a seminar, which is a few days long, and then you have to pass an exam. And not only that, you have to have the experience of working FIDE events. So you have to go somewhere in order to get that experience in a FIDE event if you don't have it in your area. So, I mean, honestly, even here, like one of the requirements when we were trying to get certified was doing a FIDE event of 7 rounds or more, right? And most traditional events are 5 rounds or 6 rounds, right? So how are you going to fit 7 round tournament? I had to use one of the credits of directing the Tuesday night marathon because that was an 8 rounder, right? 8 or 9 rounds. So any aspiring FIDE arbiters, when we open again, you want to volunteer and lend your time in a Tuesday night marathon running the event. That's a way you can get a very vital credit as a FIDE arbiter, because I think most people have to do a larger event in another state in order to find that. So anyway, I don't know why I got on that. Oh yeah, because I was talking about are people passionate one way or the other about FIDE ratings and USCF ratings? I mean, to me, it's all good. Doesn't matter. I mean, it just FIDE is FIDE, USCF is USCF. As long as you're playing chess. I was going to predict knight d3. So I think Nick is looking to leave that knight planted right there. Something like f5. f5 coming. Wow, it's going to be tough because the knight... Oof. Good square for that knight. There it is, f5. And Mike in the chat, see it standardized. Oh, you're in Chile. Very cool. Sean Lee's in Oregon. You're in Chile. Yeah, I mean, without it being standard, it's sort of a pain. For the Pan Am, there was a lot of rating conversions we had to do because some people had FIDE ratings only. And they, what do the Russians do? I think the Russians, like, FIDE is the law. I think it's only FIDE. It just reminds me of a story. Probably should look to the experts. I was asking a grandmaster one time, like when you were learning chess, like did they have like 500 rated or 800 rated? Like how does it work? And he was telling me, no, in my country, basically, if you're anything under 2,000, you're just whoa. Look at that. Mate is coming there. And that is called checkmate. He should have just done king g2 and then rook g1, and that is the Arabian mate. I learned. Yeah. Yeah, he's basically saying anything under 2,000, you're just a beginner. So like it doesn't matter. And I'm like, wow, that's high standards there. Nick is playing Django. E4 is on the board. Plays the Sicilian. I was going to ask him to do the Alkine. So. There was a time in my life when I crossed 2,000 for a little while. I think it lasted a few months. So for a few months, I was above a beginner by those standards. And then I've just like regressed horribly since then. Under 10 minutes left in this arena. This arena's been a lot of fun, actually. Not that some aren't, but good conversation in the chat. Sean says the closest to the Institute. Django. How the stand? Nick is definitely in first place, but let me see how the stand. If you stay ready, yeah, he's kind of far. He's 5 out of 6. Nick's 6 out of 6, but the way the arenas work, the streaks give him like bonus points. So even though if you stay ready, he's 5 out of 6, and Nick is 6 out of 6, he's a lot further ahead because he's on a winning streak. I'll do this game. Hey, and Sebi, if you are listening, I know you have a lot going on right now. Took care of business. Nice job. After you take care of business, Sebi, is Carla still your coach? Carla Heredia? Right? I think she was your coach, but let me know if I'm wrong. Or is your coach. Nick setting up F5. And Nick's been getting a lot of use of his knights. I feel like more than usual he's been like just sticking his knight in his opponent's territory a lot more in this arena than usual. Just saying, this is my square. Yeah, is Carla still your coach? Like right now? You doing online and all that? Very, very cool. She just had a birthday too, right? Yesterday, I think. And Nick, out for blood here. Lots to think about in that game. I would guess knight f4 if I was playing that game. Now, Richard, I mean, you're in the chat saying you need a transfusion. I have no idea if you're serious or not, or if that's metaphor. So I don't know whether to laugh or to. This is actually kind of an odd position of a game. I was going over in a class, Out for Blood. Yeah. I was going over in my beginner class. I was showing the game from the a game from the 2018 U.S. Championship between Fabiano Caruana and Alex Lenderman. Does anyone know what game I'm talking about in the chat? Caruana Lenderman 2018 U.S. Championship. That is a fun game to go over. It's fun that Lenderman's playing our TNM, but he got absolutely brutally crushed in that game by Caruana. It's a fun game to go over with class. Just the pins galore in action. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Caruana Lenderman 2018. Fun game. Not fun for Lenderman, but fun game. Yeah. Yep. The French defense. Like, just crazy, King F8 and bringing the queen out all over the place. Yeah. That's your game of the day, Richard. Caruana Lenderman 2018. Nick has less time here. 3 minutes 50 seconds left in the arena. Nick has the arena comfortably. The question is he going to be able to finish this game? Let's see if Nick can find the answers. Man, look at that bishop on A8. Look at that diagonal. That is a crazy diagonal there. You don't even know the bishop's there. White needs to be careful. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Nick's looking at all the... How do I mate here? With the bishop on that long diagonal. I got another bishop. I believe he will accomplish this. Although that adds a little wrinkle to everything. No doubt. It's got to go rook d3. Okay, yeah. Hey, I called it. Right. Looked like he was going to mate him, but the knight on d6 prevents that. One minute 40 seconds left in the arena. Right, the knight covers f7. Minute 15. And all right, Sebi, take it easy. We will see you Tuesday night at the marathon. In the chat, if you're watching and you're curious what else we do, if you don't already know, I just put the chess club homepage. Check that out. You can see all the events coming up, what we do, all our classes. Some of the classes are free. Uh, Take a look, see if anything appeals. Mate is coming. It looks like Nick is going to be able to accomplish this unless Django stalls. And if Django stalls, um, that's not going to be considered good sportsmanship. And he falls on the sword, does the right thing. Nick gets the 7 out of 7. Perfect arena for Nick with 10 seconds left. And the countdown is on. Congratulations. GM Nick Firmian gets it done. Wins his own arena. Sebi finishes in second. Congratulations. And if you stay ready with 15, takes third place. So just before we sign off, just want to give a message to everyone watching. Just thank you for your participation and engagement. We love seeing all our players, our club members, just everyone being a part of our chess community. And it fuels us to see you come on and interact and hang out with us. And just we really appreciate it. So thank you for being a part of us. And special thing, building communities, bringing people together through chess. That's what it's all about. So thank you for hanging out. And I think we're gonna send people to the Charlotte Chess Center. Peter Giannatos is doing something over there. Thank you for hanging out. Nick Firmian wins the arena 7 out of 7, dominating performance. And we will see you on Tuesday for rounds 3 and 4 of the Tuesday Night Marathon, and for FIDE Master Paul Whitehead's arena. Until then, have a good weekend, everyone, and see you soon. Bye.